Piece of history coming back to downtown Fort Smith. Crews broke ground this afternoon on a brand new Adelaide Hall more than a year after a fire destroyed the decades-old building in 2024. 5 News reporter Lauren Spencer was at today's groundbreaking celebration. She shows us while the historic building is gone, developers are working to get it back to almost how it used to be.
1, 2, 3.
Fort Smith just turned out to be the city we wanted to be in. We fell in love with it.
Longstanding 318 Garrison Avenue, or Adelaide Hall, was the perfect spot for Bricktown Brewery.
It was a historical building. That adds an aspect to the restaurant that we don't see in a lot of our other buildings.
And it still is. History is always repeating itself. Griffin Properties is rebuilding Adelaide Hall, and the restaurant and brewery will again take up that first floor.
Making the decision that you're going to do it again is uplifting.
The historic building stood here ever since 1871, and that's probably before groundbreakings were even a thing. After that devastating fire in 2024, developers say it was never a question. It was always going to come back.
And your heart sinks. You know, you don't know how extensive it is, but it was just really sad to see.
Developers say rebuilding after that fire was never about starting over. It was about continuing on.
I didn't really realize how connected the community was to it, but we got lots and lots and lots of calls and encouragement.
The new building may not be exactly the same as 1871, so in this case, history isn't quite repeating itself, but it's picking up right where it left off.
We committed to building back a building that we can all be proud of, and once you see it, everybody will be. I'm positive about that.
In Fort Smith, covering news where you live, Lauren Spencer, 5 News.
The good news is you won't have to wait long. Developers say their goal is to get the building up and running on Garrison Avenue in about a year from now. New tonight at 10 in Logan County, a man behind bars and facing a first-degree murder charge. 68-year-old John Rich is accused of shooting and killing his stepson, 38-year-old Richard Lease. Police say they responded to a shooting report from a residence on Highway 23 near Boonville last Wednesday. When they got there, they found Lease dead with multiple gunshot wounds. Police say Rich and Lease lived together at the residence, and a rifle was recovered from the scene. Meanwhile, the state has found Dr. Brian Hyatt mentally fit to proceed in his ongoing Medicaid fraud case. Hyatt's the former director of the Behavioral Health Unit at Northwest Medical in Springdale. His trial has been delayed several times, and the latest was due to the state seeking a fitness to proceed exam. Hyatt has pled not guilty to 2 counts of Medicaid fraud. Court documents say the defense will appeal the findings, and a follow-up hearing will be held in May. You can find out more about our coverage on our website, 5newsonline.com. Police have found that missing 12-year-old boy in Oklahoma we told you about on Friday. After more than a week of searching for Ryan Davis, those who helped search say they're now breathing a sigh of relief. OSBI says Davis was found in Caddo County near Cement by the U.S. Cajun Navy. And though he's still being seen by medical staff, they say he is in good condition.
He gave us a hug. We told him that he was safe and nobody was going to harm him anymore.
Yeah.
And he gave us a big hug, and he was ready to go eat some pizza.
So his spirits were up.
Yes, ma'am.
Davis's mother and stepfather were arrested last week on a number of child abuse charges. George Cole is reportedly in the hospital now after authorities say he tried to commit suicide in his cell on Sunday. He and Kimberly Cole are still listed as inmates on the county jail's website. Starting February 1st, a first-of-its-kind policy will take effect at Arkansas state prisons. The Board of Corrections will ban books and other physical media from being sent directly to prison inmates. Comes as the BOC says contraband and drugs are too big of an issue in state prisons. It does not outright prohibit books. Inmates will still have access to them through prison libraries. The Board of Corrections unanimously voted to pass the policy at a December meeting.
I think it will eliminate our drug problem right now. The most is K2, and it's the K2 that's killing our our inmates. So this is a really, I don't care, Arkansas is first in a lot of things. It needs to be first in this, and I guarantee you other states will follow suit on it.
BOC says more than 15,000 inmates also have access to reading technology through tablets. State libraries and bookstores can also continue to donate to prisons. Librarians will vet those books before inmates are allowed to access them. The Fort Smith Board of Directors expected to discuss some big topics at a study session tomorrow night. City Parks and Recreation Department will give an update on the master plan for the Acme Brick property. That is the 100 acres the city bought and is looking to develop for stormwater management and flood mitigation. Other items on the agenda include the funding request for renovations on Miss Laura's Brothel Museum and a review of the proposed lease agreement between Sebastian County and Parrot Island. Meanwhile, in Fayetteville, City Council will weigh in on a new budget proposal for the city police and fire department. The departments are asking for more than $2 million for upgrades to radio equipment. That proposal says the city is looking to purchase these next generation radios from Motorola. They'll replace equipment the city leaders say is more than 10 years old and now outdated.
It's vitally important that the radio that they're using is able to convey information back. It's so important when you get into the reaches of some of these rural areas and you may be looking for a lost child, that your communication device is able to stay with you and to not fail you.
Some have questioned, though, why the steep price for these upgrades? As we learned today, because a lot of state agencies use Motorola, the equipment and software company gets to set their own price. A local town mourning the deaths of 2 men killed in an ATV crash last Friday in Lafleur County. And tonight, we hear from a family member and a family friend about who these two men were and a celebration planned for next month in Fort Coffee.
They always had a smile on their face. I don't care when you saw them, it was yes, ma'am, no, ma'am. Yes. And they was just too amazing.
Joanna Whitfield is talking about her 2 cousins, DeKeyshawn Steele and Ty Clayton. The Fort Coffee natives were killed last Friday after a side-by-side they were riding in collided with a car on a county road near Fort Coffee.
They will do anything for you. They are when I tell you best kids, them was 2 good young men.
It's a big loss for Fort Coffee.
It's a big loss.
They could have been something. They could have went somewhere.
Devin Montgomery has known the family of both men since they were little boys. She says once she heard about what happened, she and her family just had to do something to help.
The whole neighborhood is just in mourning. And so I put on Facebook that I would like to do a benefit with the whole community. And it just started from there.
It put a hole in Fort Coffee. I mean, a big hole. And not only did they lose their kids, the whole entire family.
Devin says an event set for February 9th in Fort Coffee will be a celebration of sorts of who Ty and DeKeyshawn were.
We're going to have some good music and some great food, and we just want to praise each other and hold up the families in Fort Coffee and make some money for them. So we're just going to party and enjoy everyone's company and pray for the families.
We are not just a little town. We are family and a community, and we stick together.
The event for the family is set for February 9th at the Senior Citizen Center at Fort Coffee. There will be a fish fry, a chili cook-off, and a raffle.